don't understand.
G'day guys, welcome to another episode of the LinkCo Show. I'm here today with Chris.
Hey guys.
So Chris runs Link Advisors, and you know what, we could actually pretty much just ignore all the other advice on all the LinkCo shows, and you could pretty much just get yourself a Chris for your business, and that would really help because Chris basically makes sure that shit doesn't fall apart here. And a little known fact is that the character, Russell Crowe's character in A Beautiful Mind was actually based on Chris as well. So he sees a lot.
Absolutely.
And he helps out massively in the business. You actually surprised me today because I thought you want to talk about something technical from an accounting perspective.
Yeah.
You want to talk about Google reviews and why they're important. So what can you tell us about Google reviews?
Google reviews are super important because it's a huge way that we find new clients for Link Advisors and the Link Group collectively. And ultimately, some shit. Fuck, what can I tell you? They're fucking really important.
Yeah.
They're really important.
Yeah, just say that.
Okay. They're super important. You need to get as many of them as you can, as fast as you can, so you can compete with other people who are doing the same thing.
I find in my own meetings that if someone's approached you through a review, you're not spending that first half of the meeting trying to build trust. It's sort of already implied.
Absolutely. And it's different when you've got 100 reviews or 200 or 300. It's a game changer. When you've got one or two, it's a bit of a different story.
Yeah.
And also the benefit of having lots of reviews is if you have a bad one, and it's not hard to get one, sometimes it happens, but if you have a bad one and you've got 100, it's less likely to tank your score. If you've got 3 5-star reviews and you get a 1-star, it's going to hurt.
I find that when I'm asking for reviews, the ideal time to do it is when I've had a loan formally approved. Not actually when the loan settles. It's because people are really excited at that stage. You've delivered some good news to them, and they're basically really excited. And I always frame it by saying, the easiest way for me to build my business, for you to help me now, is to give me a review after you've helped them. So yeah, like you can't ask for a review after the first meeting unless you've really done something outstanding in it. It's usually got to be when you've given them something that has really added value to them and helped them out.
So we usually ask for one when we get a client an epic tax return.
Yeah.
Tax refund. So ask me that question again. We can never ever say tax return is a refund.
What was the question? So what's the pivotal point that then you ask people for a review then, usually?
We usually use an opportunity when we lodge a tax return, there's a big refund coming. So some other substantial event that we've achieved a good outcome, or at least the best possible outcome, that's when we pounce on that opportunity to grab that review.
Do you ever have trouble getting people to give you a review?
All the time. All the time.
And it's not because they don't want to.
No, because it's pretty easy to get a Google review. A lot of people have a Google account.
Yep.
If they don't, it's quite easy to set one up. If you go to the URL, that special one that you have from your Google My Business account, it will go straight into that review page. They can leave, hopefully, a 5-star review, leave a couple of words, and away you go.
Once you start asking people for reviews, you'll feel like a stalker at times because you'll be continually asking people, and it's not because they don't want to, it's not because they're too lazy. Often people actually think there's a lot more that goes into it than it does. It's usually only about a sentence or so.
5 stars is good, but 5 stars in a few words, a couple of sentences is perfect.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to be too crazy. It just needs to be a one-liner about what you did and one-liner about how they think you are and how appreciative they are.
Yeah, there you go. There's how to get the perfect Google review. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time. Cheers.